there. You're welcome again to another episode of AB More. I believe that your journey in becoming more has been beautiful as God has been helping you. Now, I keep saying we have a guest in the studio. We have a guest in the studio. Let's welcome this person. But today, we have a guest, half-log guest in the studio. And this person is very dear to me. She's not just my big auntie, but she's a woman that has started her own course and has defied every odds that needs to come our way. And there is no other person that would have talked to us in today's episode. So guys, before I formally introduce her, let me just read a brief profile before we see her, okay? So her name is Kevwe Keran. She's a multi-passionate Nigerian entrepreneur. She is the Chief Creative Director of Events and Administrator of Studies at the Glitzsprinkles Events/Groups Academy. She is the convener of the Paired Life Africa project, one person. She has convened several empowering summits from entrepreneurial development to personal life, career equipment, development programs such as Equip, The Empowered Life, and lots more. Kewe sits on the board of several chains of businesses and offers advisory, consultation, strategic sessions for winning. The Kevwe Okoh Consulting Services. She is a conservationalist, a student of leadership driven to inspire lives and moments more graciously and colorful every day. She is a graduate of Industrial Relations and Personal Management from the prestigious Lagos State University. Her quest for growth has driven her in acquiring professional certificates, knowledge, insights from different notable platforms locally and internationally. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me and receive the very Miss Kewe Okoh. Wow, it's so beautiful to have you here.
Thank you so
Hi,
much.
I can't believe I am here with my big auntie, someone I respect and honor. Thank you. It's beautiful to have you in the studio. You are one person that I've watched and admired right from when I was little. So I'm grateful to be sitting here with you. Not that you're punking me, we are talking. No, she's not that strict. She's very sweet. Don't worry, she's very sweet. Okay, ma'am, we're just going to go straight to the interview, and I would want you to please share your story. Your story is very unique, and I don't want to enjoy it alone. I have, I have been, I have been seeing it unfold in my eyes every day for over the years. So I felt okay. There's more family needs to hear this story and learn from it as well. So let's hear your story.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't really know what to say, but I really want to say thank you. Thank you so much. And behind the scene, I want to say thank you for choosing me. Like I said before we started, I said, why would you want to? Because sometimes we just do what we feel like doing, but we don't
Yeah.
know the impact, how far it goes.
Yes.
I really want to say I'm grateful for the opportunity to share.
Thank
I love
you.
to share. So I'm really grateful for choosing me. There are many people out there. I don't know if they are better or bigger or better, but I think that God has put in us every wonderful thing in us.
Yeah.
Until you understand that, until you appreciate that, then you start knowing that you are also great.
Yeah.
You're so
Yeah.
great. So I want to say thank you again. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now, okay, so how do I start? I have a lot of story to share. But I'm going to just share from a place of courage.
Mm.
As a child growing up, I was this person who wouldn't want to, if, up to this stage, I wouldn't want to really relate or possibly, I'm just this kind of, how do you, how the extrovert, we have the extrovert, we have the
Introvert.
introvert person.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm that kind of person who would want to enjoy my space alone.
Mm.
But I got to understand after I finished on the university, the power of purpose, the sense of purpose is very, very important, which I had to get for myself and which I had to know for myself. I remember finishing from university. I was thinking, oh, I love to go to school. I love education. So my education, okay, it was time for me. Was it 2 weeks after I discovered that I was empty? There was nothing. nothing became sweet again because school was over, and there was something about beyond the school thing which I didn't know. So I was thinking for me, education was just, oh, I go to school, I write my assignments. There's this joy that came for me in school for education, and but after I finished, weeks later, I discovered I was empty. I was empty of life. There's nothing became good or interesting to me. So what happened was that I was not in search. This was not real life now. This was not reality, facing reality. I was not in search of purpose. And that drove me to having to, I remember telling my dad that, Daddy, please, I would love you buy me a book called The Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. Yes. So which I got. That positioned me first. And in church in Lagos, where I attended at the time, the Global Impact Church by Pastor Yemi David, where at the time he spoke on having to know your essence in life, and having, when you are in that difficult situation, having to know, okay, your essence in life, you got to ask the manufacturer. You got to look. So these were all my shapes that kept me in shape. And from there, knowing who I now, what God has really designed me for, really positioned me, shaped me for who I am today. Wow. You understand? It took me out from my shell, that innovative phase. I want to be on my own, even till now. But do you know what takes me out is the purpose-driven life. Purpose-driven life makes me talk, and that's what is making me talk now. Yes. Wow. That's what is making me talk now. There's always a purpose for everything. If I'm sitting down here, before we started, I asked why. So if I have to be in a relationship, I'm asking why. Yeah. If I have to be in a business, if I have to be in an association, in relating with people, I have to ask why. So that's the side of me. Me sitting down here, like I said before, it's purpose. You can't live your life without purpose. If you want to live and manifest, the first currency of any great person, you want to become a great person, you have to start, the first currency is purpose. You have to start searching, self-discovery. You have to start thinking about, how can my life be better? It's not about the money, remember. It's not the money first. It's the purpose. It's the vision for your life. It's first purpose, knowing why you exist, and it takes you to the place of vision. Wow. So I think we'll be talking about that. So that's it. That purpose. Yes. Wow. Okay. You see, okay, guys, just calm down. So you are one of the acing event personnel, not just in the state, beyond the states. You get jobs, you get referrals from top clientele page. So I want to know when did the old, because when the old, because I'll get a bit personal. Yeah, that is good. I love that. So when did the old event thing come up? Like the Glitzsprinkles event, when did it come up? At what point did you delve into it? And okay, so this was 2007. Okay. Was it 2007, 2008, right? But this was about 8 years ago. I've been in this business. So that's where purpose came in. So when I finished, it's a continuation. When I finished, I had to start the self-discovery. You have to know, like I said, I talked about where my pastor was in Wednesday service we had. I had clearly, he says, if you want to know what God has for you, a lot of us are going through that. Where we don't even know, we want to do what others are doing. In fact, we want to do what Abimore is doing. We want to do what Kewe is doing. But if you find yourself asking God, and that's the experience I've had first, is asking God, what the manufacturer, who is the manufacturer? He produced me, so there's a purpose for me. Just the way you have the generator, there's a purpose for it. Just the way you have the house, this studio right now, there's a purpose for it. You understand? And when it's not being used, the essence of it becomes fruitless. Now, so that's what happened to me. I went down. I remembered having to encounter that message, that revelation, that Wednesday service. And I went back to my room and I knelt down to God and I was telling God, I said, what is the purpose for my life? What is that thing for my life? So I asked and there were answers. Number two is you having to look within. What are those things you love to do? You asked me a question and that's right. So because it all came from that because these were inborn for me. I'm passionate about. I remember when I was much younger, I would always want to make sure when my younger sisters are doing their birthdays, I would love to get table covers. I must get a table cover. Is it my mom's a wrapper? There must be something beyond the normal.
Yeah.
There must be something beyond the normal. That's extraordinary. Is what makes a difference. So the decor, the creativity. So I've always had that in mind that I always want to make the difference, right? So those are connections. So look within. What are those things I love? What are those things I hate? So this is positioned
And added up.
yeah, those are things that shape your journey or your destiny in life.
Yeah.
Those are things. So and look in the past. So I remember what I used to do when I was much younger. When you're having birthdays, I would love to come out. So that has been, and it has been so awesome. And as soon as I got that answer, it was the next weekend in my church. I usually attend the power group, the powerhouse where you pray every Saturday morning. So I was always going to church, and that's where I met. In my church, they make use of the hall for weddings, so you can use that for a reception. So I saw that, and before then, I can remember I was always doing trainings. I was doing short trainings on decoration.
Okay.
I was doing programs when I was in school. I was doing professional programs. I was doing skills programs like that. So these things, they positioned me. So I was prepared. So when I was praying, there was a manifestation.
There was already an alignment. Yeah.
So it was the next weekend. This was Wednesday, and this was Saturday. I joined the lady to start with that is Sean events.
Yeah.
Yes. So I started with her, and I started helping out service. I started helping out. I took initiative because I was prepared. So from there, the next weekend she called me. And that's when I started decoration services. So it's all it's been a kind of a journey for me. So from one phase to another, from decoration to event planning, it has been so wonderful.
Okay, so let me just pick it up from there. So what is your personal measurement? What's your yardstick in the fact that someone is becoming more? How do you measure that someone is becoming more in his journey in life? Whatever it does, doesn't have to be in events.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Generally,
what's your personal take?
So for me, my personal take is having to know where you are right now and know where you intend to go. For instance, it wasn't so, my life, the growth this year, the growth now wasn't so in January. So there must be a kind of a self-evaluation at every given time. Self-evaluation. What am I doing now? What did I do? For instance, that's when you even know the impact of your testimony, of your victories.
Yeah.
My life wasn't the level I am right now in my business wasn't so last year. The people I know, you understand, that's how you rate it. And sometimes it's very, very important that we come back to ourselves. And when we do that self-consciousness, self-awareness thing that helps us to connect, okay, this is my growth level. I was here in March. What did I do in March? So these are the things that position you for progress. Now, progress starts from a place of process. Progress is not just, you're not just, and it's not about the money. Fine, the money is very, very important. I love the money aspect. But you can have the money, and when you don't have a sense of purpose, a sense of process, you can't experience the sense of progress. There's need for sense of purpose. Now we're going into a new year, 24. Now your sense of process, how have I been? Am I growing? You understand? Is what will make it more incredible in your progress.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, recently I sat down and told myself I had to be grateful. When you understand your progress, where you're coming from, the process, how long it has been, you learn to be grateful.
Yeah.
So that's where the progress check up your progress level is very, very important. It's not about the money you get, but the sense of the sense of wholeness within you, and the impact, the value you have given is what determines your progress.
Okay. All right. So, what personal I would like you to share with us, what notable character and what personal habit as being your tracker. There are other things that we pick up, by the way, but there is this core that made you to have, I believe, your company has core values.
Yeah.
So those core values, yeah, those core values actually came from you,
Yeah.
your beliefs.
Yes.
So what is that notable habit and character that kept you going regardless of the things you've been facing?
I would say the trueness of it, the center of it all is compassion for yourself. It's who you are, what you are.
Wow.
It's who you, it's what you give out.
I'm taking that down.
Compassion, love for yourself. As being the center of it all in having to grow or having in life, in sustaining your life, sustaining your business. You have to be rooted in compassion, and that's what has helped me.
And you've never, I want to get something, so you've never felt used. Compassionate people can be very nice because we are doing it for love most of the time. That is the bedrock. So have you ever felt being used? Because sometimes you say, this woman is too nice. I can just ride over her. She will do whatever I want. And some people might want to take advantage of you. So how do you still stay firm to your core and still hold on to the compassionate?
Okay, so that's why we must be people of how do I put this word? Because I discover a lot of people are actually having problems with their self-esteem. When you have a healthy self-esteem, you are a person of purpose. Whatever that comes to you will be from a place of service to humanity. I don't feel, I know people tend to take your weakness, I would say weakness, or your values for granted. But sometimes because you know who you are, having that healthy self-esteem, it helps you to know that, no, I don't want like it. So you're able to confront them in love because you know your worth. I'm a person of worth. I'm a person of value. I'm a person of purpose. You cannot dent me down because I know who I am. I know my worth. So it's so, I think where you feel so disconnected from people and because of what this person have done to you, because you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. My job is a dirty job. It would take you having to know your worth as a person and standing on it and know your boundaries. After you serving, respect yourself. But I discovered that a lot of times we tend to, when we have helped, we also want this person. So these people see us as, you see, you now start begging again. You beg again. You beg for money. You beg for attention. No, it shouldn't be so. If you're a person of value, you're a person of worth, you know who you are as a person, you are an entity. I see myself as an asset. So that's why I see myself as an asset. I see myself as an asset. That's the truth. Yes. When you see yourself as an asset,
I see myself as an asset. You can type that a million times in the comment section, guys.
I see myself as an asset. No one will take you for granted. You know your boundaries. You have your values. You are defined by your values. And if no one is respecting those values in you, they are saying it. And because that's why when you are a person of value, you already have it written out. These are what guides my mindset. These are what guides my business. As a person in our space, when we have our business, as staffs working with me, you're working with me and you don't have honor for people. You don't have honor for people, then that means you cannot go on. So it shows that this is a territory of honor. If I'm in a space and you are in return, you're not giving me my respect as a human being. Forget whoever I am or what, you cannot respect me first, human. If you're not giving me that respect as a human, then I can't be with you. I can't go on with you. That's it. Yes, I disconnect from you. So that's it. That's why we must be very, very conscious, be self-aware of who you are as a person. I discover a lot of people are really losing that. So they don't know that. That's why it's easily, oh, you are using me. You don't use me. In fact, I'm even learning. I'm learning more. When I'm privileged to serve people, I'm learning because we're all different. I'm learning a new, for instance, I'm going to take back into my event planning. I'm learning a new event. All events are not same.
Yeah.
So if I'm privileged and you pay me for it, but I'm learning more.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
That is it. Yeah.
Wow. So before we leave, the second two, there's something I would want you to touch. There's something called a blockbuster. Like there could just be this, like a rock that will just come unexpectedly. Sometimes maybe it's because as a result of our decisions, or sometimes life just happens and it comes unexpectedly. Now, in your daily activities, yearly activities, as you continue what to do, how have you been able to handle the challenges that comes with, because your world that you are in has lots of challenges in it. How have you been able to navigate through and still come out all smiling? You are always smiling. So I was, yeah, so this woman have a problem as well. You
Yeah.
know, I'm able to navigate through the problems, the challenges, the hustles of everything and still stay strong.
Yeah. So okay, the truth is that I will always tell some people or tell people that we're not told these challenges. Growing up in a Christian home, it's as if everything is rosy. God is going to just at
Do
every given
everything
time.
at every
But having to really know, uh, as a Christian and as an entrepreneur and as a person, human being, there are going to be challenges. But over time, in my little years, I believe I've been able to know that when challenges come, the truth is that you have to, I always say, trust in God. Because that statement first is your, like like just relax.
yeah.
Just, first of all, give it to God. Like, that's the only place you can put all your troubles in. And one of the things is recognizing that we're in seasons.
Yeah.
Challenges are in seasons. To understand that, you know that you're going to pull out from it soon. So all you need to do, that's what happens to me. I learned from it. What are the lessons now? There's a lesson for me. This thing is happening to me because there's something for me to learn. So I need to learn from this. So when I'm able to learn from this, I'm able to take it as a shock observer. It's going to help me. Because if you run away from your challenges, the problems, the heat, they look like, it's like stones. The stone is like that heat.
Yeah.
It's stone like it's a heat on you. So, but you need to let yourself know. And one thing that helped me, like I said, we were not told. So now I'm seeing it. There's nobody, my dad didn't tell me, my mom didn't tell me. So nobody's telling me the pains, the
It
struggles.
just comes.
Nobody's, yes. So when it
Mm.
comes to me right now, I'm telling myself right now, trust in God. Those words, they look so simple to us. But you know what? It gives me a sense of the fact that there's always a victory at the other end. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to see it. I'm going to go through it because that's why I talked about process.
Yeah.
That's where you see it. That's where you experience your progress. When you go through the process of the pain, you discover that you learn from it. You learn from it. It comes back to you, learn from it and say, okay, I'm going to learn from this. So that you don't repeat it again. So by the time you run away from it, you repeat it.
Yeah.
So it's very, very important for us to recognize that there will be challenges. Remember also, we are in seasons. The pain of today is not, tomorrow it will be better. Especially you see me smiling, is because I've learned how to accept it. There will be challenges. There will be struggles. There are times the money will come like this, boom, 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 boom. It will be coming like this, flowing, but you have to be wise. There was a time I had spent money on things that weren't important. That was a season. But I sat down and looked at myself. I told myself, okay, I'm going to use this because it has to do with financial management. Now, I was at a time I had bought a lot of clothes. These were clothes I think I had a purpose for it.
Okay.
I love fashion. I love fashion. So I was really investing into it so that when someone sees me, I can make ready wears. But not knowing that, see, there are times, they were in season.
Yeah, that
So
was
sometimes
not
the time, even it's not even the time yet.
Yeah.
So I thought I was feeding it. Well, don't worry, invest in it. So you don't have, invest in it. So I had a lot of clothes that I wasn't using. I was just buying, and there were mistakes. Sometimes there were mistakes. So you just put them like that. And you know what? There was no results, no outcome. So I sat down and I told myself that was a big challenge to me, because at the time there was no savings for me. So for every time I was down in terms of I needed money,
There was nothing to
to
fall
run back
to.
to. But that taught me a lesson, because why? I learned from the challenge.
True.
So I sat down and I looked at, there were a lot of clothes, a lot of Ghana must go stuff in my room. Well, it took a decision, and told myself, if I could gather this, how much more the money, if I could, if I had saved more of the money, it would have been better. But you know what? I had sat down, I looked at the challenge, I looked at the problem, and I stood up to say, I'm not going to repeat this pain. And since then, it has been awesome.
Wow.
Yes, it has been awesome. So I think challenges and the ability for you to choose joy, your choices, your decisions, is where it starts from. That it's going to come. Why it comes, you hit it back.
Yeah.
That's why you have to be strong as a person. You have to be strong. Those challenges in the past, they are if you don't take note of them, they are your growth for tomorrow. But if you don't take care of them, they will also be a pain to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, if you are able to see them and say, this thing injured me. So your wisdom, says a wise man that listens, that sees a problem and says a problem.
Yeah.
And says, I'm making corrections. A foolish man will say, no, it's not me. I'm not sure. That's a demon or a witch. You can see what happened to me, especially in the finances.
Yes.
I was spending too much on clothes. But you know, right now it's a different, so that's why I can tell you about my progress.
And you've learned.
Yes, it has grown. I tell you the truth, because I'm not intentional about because I see that I failed in that area.
Wow.
So that's where we can manage and choose joy. The word of God says, yes, one of my values is Philippians 4, verse 8, 9. It says that whatsoever things are true, those things have shaped my life. So I rather choose on something that is good.
Yeah.
I discovered yesterday I was in a challenge, and I told the Holy Spirit, what can I do? That's the question when you are in a situation that seems dark, and the question is not, oh, now wow. So a lot of people complain. They don't look for the solution. But for me, I love to ask, what can I do? What can I do done? And we got our answer this morning.
Wow.
As I was coming out, because why you've asked the universe and you've asked the Holy Spirit to help you.
Answer will definitely come.
And do you know what those people who said, oh, it's not possible that I can do it, now they are the ones calling. Because I'm prepared, you must prepare for the challenge. There's no challenge I've been in that because I geared my mind towards the solution. You find yourself thinking in this challenge because you're gearing into the pain. But if you gear your mind to say, switching yourself to say, no, the solution is now, it is possible. There's a possibility that someone is looking for me. Man, you get it.
Wow. So what's the big picture? Finally, what's the big picture ahead for you, for your brand, for your company that we're looking forward to?
Well, I think it's, for me, it's, I would love to add this for all people in terms of entrepreneurship. The fact is, you have to be more. And if you have to be more, if you're not getting it right now, go to the school.
Get an education for it. Yeah.
For my vision plan, my vision already for goals for next year. My travels, I was writing it yesterday. My travels, what is it? My knowledge acquisitions, I'm already placing them. The truth is that it's all about more. So, the question now is, what am I being more for? Do you understand? The big picture is there. There are two things involved. You are either making it or you're actually dying.
There is no middle ground.
Yes, you're actually dying. So it's in your hands, it's in our hands. For me, the big picture is becoming more incredible. I told myself yesterday, yes, you must remind yourself at every given time. More incredible, more impactful, more purposeful, more vision oriented, more incredible, more making the impact. That's what's in my head. So how do I go about it? If I'm unable to get in tune with it, I'm going to collaborate.
That's
If I'm not collaborating, I'm actually doing it. So, for instance, we're already gotten there's a part of our project for next year. I'm already gotten the team of people who are interested in that. So you can see. So it's about becoming more and becoming more light, and that light is going to be the sharper light.
Yeah.
But that's the essence.
Yeah.
That's the
It's true. It's true.
yes. So that's it.
Wow. Guys, no, I don't have anything to say right now. I will go back to my drawing board. I will go back to my vision board. I will go back to my notepad and pen down everything that I have personally learned from today's episode. I believe you're going to do same. Now be more, not just become more, be more incredible. Become a sharper light. You are an asset. Should I keep saying them? Because I'm beginning to lose count of it. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for encouraging us to become more, and we look forward to more of you. Thank you so much. So guys, that'll be all for today's episode. Bye. See you next week. God bless you.